champions, True and Blue again. But right now, we are going to be getting into our first map, Bren Esports versus Hashira. It is going to be Haven, and if you have a bit of that history of the local scene, you already know this has been one of the closest maps between these two rosters. It's interesting because there's a lot of background right now with this map pool. You got Haven and Bind, both maps that these two teams have gone close. Haven was the first instance where we saw Hashira's potential against Bren, and Bind in the meantime was the latest attempt from Hashira to try and take down Bren, and they almost made it. If I remember correctly, it was so very close. It was only a 2-point gap at the end for Bren. Multiple comebacks happening from Bren Esports, but right now, it's going to be another blast from the past. We are going to be getting into a mirror matchup, so it really is going to be a skill check here for Hashira. And the best thing about this right now is even though they have a new member with Shirum, he's not going to be playing right now. It's the old school Hashira roster, the OG ones, going to be looking to begin in their own forms of breath as we are to see them on the defense.
Yeah, and this is going to be an important map for Hashira. If they secure this map, judging by what you said earlier on, if they get Bind, they have a better chance going back up against Bren. And if we go to a game 3 and Hashira loses game number 2, the third map is another chance for them to prove that, hey, we're not going to choke against Bren Esports, as we finally see the start here in this round.
Yeah, pushing into C-side right now. We got Borkum leading that charge. He has been crazy with these curveballs. He flashes, he peeks, he goes for the kill, but right now he sees absolutely no one. Smoke's coming into the garage entrance, and this is going to be the time for Hashira to play it slow instead. Himiko waiting it out. Going to be onto C-Link so far. Goes for a few shots, but nothing down. Bren going to be putting that spike instead.
Yeah, a retake is now on for Bren. They're going to be taking it slow, but we have to take note that Dubstep is waiting in from the flank, playing from the B side here. Waiting for all the rotates. Nobody's expecting Dubstep to come in, and it's only a matter of time as Hashira goes in for the retake. EJ secures the first kill onto the Spencer Rabbit, and J. Remy takes down Borkum and Ching, and now it's down to a 2v4. Not accounting for Dubstep and the backlines, and now it's just Jesse Bash on its own, and that's a round going to Hashira. The pistol round is a crucial round, and they might secure 2 more rounds off of this.
Beautiful collapse there from Hashira. They do go on to that side. One backstab there from Dubstep, but besides that, it was all Hashira. So this is looking really, really good for our defenders. They want that initial tempo. They want to show us that they can beat Bren in a mirror. And from how they just went onto that side, put the Cloudburst down, and got the kills anyway, they really controlled the bulk of the site itself. They got the midpoint of it, and they were just in position to take every single member of Bren down.
It's a bit of a gamble for Bren here. Almost buying every single Stinger and Spectre available for them. Ching opting to just stay with the Classic, if I'm not mistaken. And this might be a beautiful counter eco coming in from Bren, depending on if Hashira defends this properly or doesn't give away a lot of free kills, as they do have a 3-man heavy presence over at A.
Jesse Bash actually getting Classic instead. Oh, he has the Spectre there. So it is SMGs abound here for Bren right now. They do get the caps on, and this time Himiko unable to get the extension. Here comes Bren Esports onto the site. They're moving on the round, and this is going to be Borkum putting that spike down as Ching takes control of the back of site.
On for the retake, straight down by Symbol, takes down Dubstep. Slight opening here for themselves. Will be ticking down the time here.
Rabbit's gonna be playing it slow as well, and look at Bren, they're really keeping an eye out on that garden right now. Dark cover gonna get thrown, Paranoia is there, and here comes Hashira, but Borkum gonna catch out EJ there, Jeremy on the board, Simple gonna get a kill as well, Jesse Bash right now though, gonna get the headshot against Borkum, and Jeremy from the side! It's another good angle here for Hashira. They lose the member, sure, but they win the round. It is gonna be Hashira up by 2 after 2 rounds.
Now Bren is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage here. They bought up during that round, they won't have any money to work with on this round. It's going to be tough here for themselves. If they decide to force second, well, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be forcing themselves again here. But oh, Dispenser bought up the Spectre.
Oh, is he actually going to go for it? Is this going to be another force buy situation here for Bren? When you lose your force buy on the second round, you don't want to do it on the third. It is a bit too much. But Bren is really going ham and is looking to gamble everything they have as of yet. Hashira, in the meantime, there's a judge, jury, and executioner there from Arjet. And in the meantime, it is going to be Bren Esports looking to angle there on A site instead. A while ago, they tried multiple times there on C. Didn't really work out. This time, maybe the closer quarters of A going to be better for them.
Yeah, EJ with this judge and spotting, and Dubstep is walking towards A long. Will be greeted by Judge, as only Judge can guide me here at this point. Waiting patiently. Bren.
Joke's over. You're
Are
dead.
already being popped up as well as Paranoid. Everybody else forcing themselves in as Dispenser takes down EJ. The spray down from Borkum takes down Jeremy. That is the running back as well. It's now down to a 2v5. Himiko and Symbol will have a hard time retaking this site.
This is really hard here for Hashira and Bren. They did go for the gamble there. They did get the buys on because they had that run it back. And this is what Bren likes to do with Borkum. Get him his ultimate, get him his second life, and that one-up is the best way to get 1 point into this set. Hashira going to be backing on away. And on that A side, when you lose too many members immediately, it's just so hard to go for the retake. It's so very close. It's so very clustered. The connector itself and Heaven so easy to be watched over by the planters there. And Bren Esports can be able to take around and navigate with the guns that Hashira had.
Yeah, already getting an upgrade there on to Dubstep and Ching, getting the Vandals for themselves. Dispenser, Jesse Vash, and Borkum can stay with the Spectres for now, going into round number 4. And I feel like Hashira can still secure that round, secure the next round if they just hold down mid a little bit more, maybe play it a little bit more aggressive so that they can get a little bit more information off of Bren.
They can consider going for a force buy of their own, but there is just no money on Rabbit and EJ's side. Jeremy, the one having the cash in his pocket, but Bren now ready to go ham again. 3 Vandals in hand, 2 Spectres going to be looking to go for that fast push yet again, and we are going to be looking at what Borkum can do with those curveballs. But here we have Symbol trying to do the same. It's going to be that matchup between the Phoenixes. Run it back here from Hashira. He's just going at it, knife out, and he will die immediately to the hail of bullets.
Yeah, knives out while you're running down C long. That's not something you want to happen. That's a wasted running back, but hey, that's still information given that there's 2 members over at C. Also spawning out the Phoenix and the Omen. But Bren taking advantage of the fact that there is a little bit of a rotation force in Hashira here. And now they are going to be forcing themselves over A. Spike is going to be planted. That's going to be the rotate from Hashira.
I love this here from Bren. They're going for that A site again. They know this is the perfect place to do so. And Dispenser with alert, catching out Symbol. Hashira, they were trying to find the angles, but it's Bren right now being cut above the rest. They just know where to set up. They know where to be. And this is going to be EJ coming close to Dubstep, but Jesse Bash now going to get that kill. Jeremy falls down and trips over with his face first. And Borkum will wrap it up. Bren Esports immediately from losing 2 to winning 2. We are all tied up.
It's going to be a close series. And judging by the economy of Hashira, it's going to be tough. Jeremy and EJ, they're forcing up the Phantoms and the Vandals, as well as a Rabbit. Crucial.
Yeah, he's going to be getting his full buy on there for Rabbit. And this is such a weird eco state right now in this game. We're seeing these buys being broken here, there, and everywhere. We're seeing the forces as well. But for now, it's Bren Esports with the advantage. Symbol going to be only having that classic so far. No, he actually gets a rifle instead. Shock Dart going on through the double doors. Wants to go for the garage. And Dubstep with the updrafts there. Twice shy, but will not see anyone. Dispenser, though, opening it up. And, you know, his reputation really precedes him. No matter what agent you put him in, he can easily win out the fight.
He's one of the best entries that the Philippines has to offer, and he is showing just that. I mean, yeah, he's down to 10 HP, managed to trade it out of for Rabbit, and oh no, now you're dead. Himiko's gonna go down, thanks to that Hunter's Fury, and Jesse Vash makes him count.
That insult really helped for Dubstep to get the knives on, and this Blade Storm might be an opportunity for Bren to go even faster. The pace has really picked up into this game. A while ago on the pistols, it was all Hashira. This time it is Bren taking control of C side. But here we go with the Phoenix Dispenser, seeing Symbol, curveball out, but apparently that pitch just doesn't happen. EJ no win one, but Dubstep will shut him down. And Bren Esports, a force of nature to remember, will get their 3rd round in a row.
What I'm noticing from Hashira is that every time they go for the slow pushes back into the side, whenever they try to clutch it or try to retake it, they don't really necessarily hard peek the corners, and that has always bit them in the back. It's Dubstep and Dispenser always winning in the close angles, knowing for a fact that Hashira doesn't even hard peek them.
It's really looking here for Bren, because as soon as they got that one run it back there from Borkum, they knew they could play aggro every single time. This time, in that last round, it was Dubstep with the Blade Storm and the Hunter's Fury. And we're seeing here from Bren, it's a cascade of ultimates. They're using what ultimate they have to change up their plans. And here on Haven, a single pick really matters when you're on the attack. You make it a lot easier for you to go onto a site because of how you stretch those defensive lines. And Hashira right now looking to answer back. We're seeing more reactive ults here from Hashira instead.
And we're seeing a heavy lurk here from the side of Hashira in order to try to catch off Bren. It's going to be a hard CK here for them as EJ secures a kill on the entry here for Bren.
Spencer getting caught out, hot hands is there, and it really goes to show that here for Hashira they can put up a fight no matter what. Good pick off, but it's still an eco round for them, but we've seen them make miracles happen from pistols before. This is their first time in the first right playoff scene because we didn't see them in the quarterfinals, but right now Bren sees them coming, and that's just dubstep getting 3. Bren Esports wraps it up so very cleanly, extremely neat there on C site.
Man, Hashira should have enough to buy up their weapons here. EJ finally going to be on an operator. Gotta have to make it work to make the dream work here for Hashira to keep up.
This is Hashira just looking their main rivals in the eye and saying, we're going to be trying our best to try and take you down. But for now, Brendan's like, we've done this tango before, and we know how it can go. Operator, though, might be able to change the tempo of this dance, as here we go with Jeremy also peeking from a long. Bit more aggression now from the side of Hashira, but Rabbit immediately gonna get taken down. Here we go with the operator, but the shot doesn't connect, and Borkum says the joke is over. Your operator is gone because you're missing everything, and Bren is now moving back to C-side again.
And this doesn't look like a round that Hashira can actually win this time around. It's still duly possible, but we only had that shock dart available as Jeremy takes down Ching.
Spike planted.
Cypher will spot out everyone else.
This is for Hashira. If they can actually get to the other side of C, if they can get that side flank yet again, it's a perfect time for Jeremy or Himiko to use their double intel prowess in this case. But Borkum already behind the Cypher gauge. Here comes a creep on forward. Himiko going on down. Jesse back with 2, and the brawl is in to position. Borkum though doesn't see him coming. It's simple instead. Gonna get that takedown, but Bren still in position to go for the volley fire there. And for Bren Esports, it's another situation. They have the line of sight. They have the crossfire, and they are up by 3.
Man, Bren just needed those first 2 rounds to warm themselves up going into this matchup. They have beautiful post-plant situations every time, man, and Hashira has no easy way to go for the retakes.
It just feels like here that was a bit of a heat check from Bren Esports. Hashira proves that they can put up a fight, but Bren is back on the beat. It's interesting because for Bren, they like to go for that force buy in that second round because Borkum can get a quick run it back. We saw it there again. It's the same old strat now that really Bren has relied on, and Borkum has really stepped up. This flex pick player has been an amazing member of this roster, really bailing the team out during their times of crisis, their times of need. And right now we're seeing Bren with some quick tempo looking to fight again, but this time it's a bit slower than usual because Hashira has really zoned out the opposition. But dubstep, you know the operator is his signature gun, and EJ just gonna get a wall bang there and will get taken down.
Ching already used it from the shadows to play under Hell and A. Gets the paranoia, will be terrible. Well, actually, smoke out the heaven. Ching will not connect the shot onto Himiko, but that's going to be an immediate trade by Jesse Vatch to take him out. And now it's down to a 3v2. The Sheriffs, are still up, but it's not going to be enough. Instead, well, Dubstep gets tagged, actually. Spencer going for the lurk here. Might actually spot out Rabbit.
Spike
Hears him out. And now the spike is now on.
He knows that he's there because of that neural tap, and it might be up to dubstep there. There's the brawl between the shares, and this guy has a smoking gun in position. Now I gotta give it to Hashira. It seems like they've been doing their homework, but right now it's still a pop quiz because Simple gonna pop out instead to catch out the Spencer. Time ticking. Here we go with the brawl. Hot hands there for the zone, running back available. But look who's waiting onto the connector. Here comes Jesse Bash. Blaze wall is up. The defuse is there. And an amazing headshot to give him a tap to the head.
Dubstep?
But Dubstep, can he get close enough? Another one, no! It's the one shot, one kill from the operator instead. And Bren Esports will win it out, but Hashira proving that they can keep it so close.
Symbol tried his best. He made sure that he could almost clutch it. Dubstep just faster on the trigger with that operator, almost connected with that shot, but hey, it happened. 6-2 is now our current scoreline as we approach the 9th round, man. What does Hashira need to change up here?
For Hashira, they already showed that they've done their homework and more. They knew that Ching was going to be TPing all the way to the hell angle rather than the heavens, and they found him out. But Bren and their pace, it really feels like you're on a treadmill and it's on maximum settings. You have no way to stop if you are going to be going on this wild ride. And Dubstep immediately already with a takedown. This is that kind of game. If you blink, if you just tune out for half a second, you're already going to see a new round in position. And this is the perfect way to see the pace of Bren and Hashira. Bren right now with that pickoff. Here comes Rapid though, but Borkum going to be able to get that trade back. It's still Bren with the advantage. And here on Haven, every little bit counts on the attack because it just allows you to take a free sight here. But here we go with Simple. Borkum though will catch him again.
Just EJ on his own with the frenzy. No way he's going to be able to clutch this at all.
Oh, no man, I think this is the first time in this game that we are allowed to breathe. That we can actually slow the whole tempo down because Bren is just going to plant this, they're going to sing Kumbaya, they're going to have a campfire, and they're good to go. For Bren, it's just been ridiculous. As soon as their duelist ultimates really popped, the change in tempo became so substantial. Borkum leading the charge, Dubstep that second step, everyone else to help on that. The intels allowing them nowhere to set up, nowhere to peek, nowhere to go, and it's been so good for them. Hashira in the meantime, it's always been some solid answers. There have been picks, but as soon as we see Bren in a post-man situation, it really feels like it's just unbeatable.
Yeah, and it seems as though it's not just Hashira that did their homework against Bren, since Bren is one of the top teams that we have here. They have read Hashira like an open book after the third round, and they finally read where EJ is, and will be running away, but unfortunate that Borkum was there.
Borkum, did he just pop the run it back? What was that? Did you hear that? He did!
He did.
He did! Oh my god. Borkum, you mad lad. And just Bren. Utter confidence oozing out of them. Look at how many kills Dubstep and Borkum have. 13 and 11. That is just so... I think that's even more than what Hashira has right now in terms of total kills. And it just goes to show that Bren, if they're able to manhandle you, you are just not going to be getting up whatsoever.
Yeah, Dubstep is the one lighting up the server. 13 frags on that operator as well. He's one of the best operator users that we have in the Philippines, and it's really showing. As Hashira, they're really struggling here to try and get a read against Bren Esports. What they could do is, you know, just play it as passive as possible, because the moment that they play aggressive, Bren would just outduel them.
They need to be careful. They cannot lose a player early. And it was a big task for them in the first place. Looking at the draft itself, going for a mirror matchup against Bren is asking for trouble. Usually what we see from Hashira is they're able to use utility there, but Rabbit instead pulling out that trick and Dubstep going down. Hunter's Fury though into play, doesn't really get the tags there, and Hashira gonna have that man advantage so far to slow down the tempo even more.
Yeah, but let's have a look at the HPs though. Rabbit and EJ already tag really low. I don't think the man advantage is going to be enough. Ching does pick up the operator and will be picking up a little bit of the slack that Dubstep gave during that round, as a paranoia was thrown by Rabbit but doesn't really connect onto anybody.
Okay, looking for someone, and this is good here for Hashira. They know that they have just been steamrolled from the past few rounds. But here we go! Does he line it up? Yes, he does get a tag, and he get that second one. No, it's Dispenser going down already to the hand of Jeremy. Third, the Hunter's Fury shot doesn't really get much. Borkum hiding in the corner, but he will still get that take. The Meg Tattoo! Blazeball is his friend. Simple, though, gonna be able to get back in position. 2v2 now, and Bren Esports on the outside in the grass area to try and get that vision with the dart. And it's Hot Hands in position. Recon block get broken. Right down to the takedown. It's Ching with the kill, and here comes Himiko to push, but Ching will do it. He just gets a ding-a-ling there and gets to wrap it up.
That was almost the light at the end of the tunnel here for Hashira. They got a good retake on B side, but they just got completely overpowered. Yeah, I like the usage of the wall there by Symbol, just to block out any plants from coming from any fires from coming in, but that recon bolt really helped out Bren Esports there.
The angle is perfect. It still got the scan, especially to where the spike was. And Bren Esports, again, just a step ahead of the opposition. This is now Hashira, though, showing what they can do if they slow down the tempo. If they can find out Bren Esports and actually execute properly this time, if they can clutch it out, then they might be able to get some rounds. But Bren Esports now with that gun advantage. Simiko with the Bucky of Hope. If he can get a quick little canister burst, it might be an opportunity to get a sudden takedown. Sheriffs are there as well, and we know what Hashira can do with this, but the shock dart, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's flying up in the air, and as soon as it lands, it's going to have an impact behind the box, but there's no one there. Look at that, a volley fire showing what Bren can do. Sad to say, no one going to collect.
Yeah, if that would have been a clip. If a kill got secured.
It's so in sync. It really feels like it's a coordinated dance, but here comes Bren moving over to A.
Oh man, Borkum opens things up on B. We'll get a second onto Jeremy. Gets raided out by EJ with a Bucky, but Dubstep takes down Symbol, trades it out elsewhere, as now it's a 4v2. And Dubstep will actually miss a shot. Rabbit connects with the Sheriff. Now it's a 2v3. Now it's looking doable. They have Phantoms and they have Vandals and Dispenser. The timing does not work out for him. EJ on his own, 1v2, has a lot of utility to work with, but so does Ching.
And EJ is having to look on around. It's Bren again, set up in a good way. They're looking for the sandwich as here comes the Omen, but apparently it's EJ turned into spread instead. Jesse Vash, he was lining it up with shock darts there a while ago. At the very least, he gets that kill to the position that he was trying to work with. And now Bren is up by 7 as we are about to end the first half.
Man, it's looking tough here for Hashira, man.
It's just a standard here for Bren right now. If
Yeah.
you have to play their pace or you have to change it. If you are unable to keep up, that we saw in the first few rounds, then it's just a snowball effect that has gone completely wrong for Hashira. There has been potential though. We saw the last 2 rounds they've been getting some picks because they've been playing a lot more defense-centric. But look at this. Jesse Vash, stop flexing your knowledge. We already know what you can do. But Symbol flexing that kill onto Ching instead. Running back there, but Borkum gets the catch. Here we go though. He's going back to the other side of the sewers there. And now Dubstep looking on the route. EJ has to back on the way. Gets tagged up by the recon bolt and will have to stay alive to try and hold this down.
And now he's on his own. Does have the smokes available. Not going to be forcing it just yet. Dubstep on to use the Blade Storm. Will not find anybody there. EJ gets taken out completely. And now it's down to a 4v3. Himiko, Rabbit, and Jeremy needs to clutch this for themselves as Dubstep secures the headshot onto Himiko. Now, 2v4. A paranoia available for Rabbit. I don't think it's going to be enough to even go for the retake, but they need to make sure they make do.
And it's high ground right now being taken even by Dubstep. He saw that updraft to get that vision, and he just easily got that takedown. Bren right now putting this one down, and Borkum with 3 so far. The entries again, the speed here from Bren. It's just looking to be a marathon waiting to happen, but Rabbit is there to get that takedown. Here comes the smokes again. Cypher Cage is there, and time to TP to try and get closer, but there's a hail of bullets meeting him, and Jesse Vash, he just knows his stuff here on A side. And 10-2, we had a close semi-final one, but right now it's Bren close to getting this first map win already.
And this is map 1. We're already on the 13th round, and Bren's already 3 rounds closer to securing match point for the entire series. This is looking really tough for Hashira. If anything, them on the attacking side, they need to show a little bit of a different strategy that Bren has been doing. They need to show a little bit more aggression, dominate the map, and get as much information as they can before they even go into the side. They need to make sure that nobody from the side of Bren can get the drop on them.
I mean, if Hashira wants confidence right now, though, this is a perfect opportunity. We saw them win the pistols a while ago, so they have a hope and a prayer. And as I always say, when you get into the next half, it's a clean reset. Everything is back to basic. Everything is back to pistols and no ults whatsoever. So it's going to be high time for Hashira to prove that they can still put up a fight. We've seen a 10-2 scoreline before between these 2 teams, and we saw a bit of a comeback happen there. And then the history of Bren and Hashira has really spoken for itself that the clutch time can happen for both of these teams. But for now, it's Hashira really struggling and tries to push, but Ching catches out Symbol and says a peekaboo. I see you. Bren already with the advantage in this fight, and Ching having to back on away even though he's spotted.
Here's the thing though, if you're playing Valorant and you're on the attacking side, you should be the ones dictating the tempo throughout the entire game on the attacking side. Bren just took away the tempo from Hashira. That should not be happening. And now the push is now on as Rabbit takes out Dubstep. Jesse Vash with a burst takes down Rabbit for the trade. Jeremy takes down Borkum though on the opposite side of the map, and there is still going to be a rotation from Hashira to go in towards either B or C, looking like it's a C take for themselves.
Yeah, they're going over to C, but Jesse Vash proving that A side is his territory. The jump peek to just know his opponent to get that takedown. And here comes Hashira right now coming in from a long angle, but Ching can easily line up that paranoia, but he has to be careful. He's still going to get spotted. It's a double peek right now, and the sandwich there from Hashira to get that kill. Here comes Jeremy on the board as well. It's all up to Vash right now, and even though we give him props on A, C is a whole different beast. Hashira has shown what they can do. He's going for the wall bangs. He gets nothing, and for Jesse Vash, it's a slow peek to try and go for the takedown, but he gets absolutely nothing so far. Hashira playing so patiently, and this might be the 1v1 that Jesse Vash will try to take, but no, EJ will get that kill, and Hashira winning pistol again.
Yeah, and that, again, should be another round on the board for Hashira on this round, depending on if Bren would, again, buy up into this. If they're going to stick with the pistol, Hashira has a better shot in securing this round, and potentially a couple more rounds for themselves. But, I don't know, by the way that things has been going, what do you think? Can Hashira really even catch up to Bren?
They might have a chance if they get this round and the next one there. If Bren takes the one of these next two rounds, it's going to be such a struggle here for Hashira. But as we said before, Hashira is the first team to actually show that Bren is one of the first teams rather. They have been pioneers of their own craft. It's really interesting that we're seeing a mirror matchup right now, but it seems like for this Hashira, they want to beat Bren at their own game. Right now though, it's not really working out for them so far, but the drone is there. EJ gonna be right behind it. There's confirmation. Bulldog though doesn't get the burst far on, and Hashira has to wait it out a little bit more because Bren is back in position for that defense.
Yeah, Hashira just playing a little bit slower this time around, and Symbol might just catch a dispenser here. Oh, nice blind. Will not actually blind out dispenser, but he forces himself out of there. But yeah, it's a lot slower pace Hashira this time around on the attacking side. They don't want to gamble on forcing themselves into the side unless they're sure nobody's going to greet them.
I mean, I like this here from Hashira. They understood what was going wrong in that first half, and if this is a pace that works for them, might as well go for the 1v1s instead. Because we've really seen that for Bren, if you rush into them, they're ready with the crossfire. But look at this from the side of Hashira. They're making a lot of noise on B side because that spike is going to be firmly planted here on A. Jesse Vash, he's close enough to hear it. Symbol with the kill on the Borkum, and this might be an opportunity for the solo surprise. But there we go with Himiko getting a takedown. Dubstep Jesse Vash though, getting some kills as well, making this a 3v3. It's a scatter shot approach here from Hashira, and it's kind of working so far since they have that gun advantage.
And EJ will be the defender of the push here as he takes down Dispenser. And this pretty much stopped the retake from Bren altogether, and now they will be recuperating themselves as Hashira secures this round, and well, maybe unless Dubstep decides to go ham with that classic.
They just have to go for it, because if they do survive with classics, then it's going to be completely useless for them. They're only going to get 1,000 credits because of that survival penalty, and EJ will say thank you very much for the extra kills, thank you very much for the 3K, and closer to that Blade Storm. Hashira will win it out, so that's one down here for Hashira, Nomad. They still need to win this one, though, if they really want to have some control in this game. Bren, though, now going to have the guns that they need to fight back.
Yeah, Vandals, and I thought I saw an Odin there on Jesse Vash.
Yes.
If it were really an Odin, I'd be happy. And Jesse Vash is going to be playing on window too, over in Garage, and he is going to bring out the Odin.
Yeah, it's Odin.
Here.
You see that, Sova? You see that Sova position right there? It just means he has the big gun. Changing it up with Dispenser moving over to A instead. We're going to see a spread, a hail of bullets looking to just butter up and just try to pellet the opposition. Symbol already so very low. Has to use his utility just to heal up. And we already have Bren with a bit of a tactical advantage coming into this one. And there you go again. The Odin just goes through all the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, third Himiko for me, considering pushing as Dubstep playing in the window takes down Himiko himself. Now it's a 4v4 pretty even here as he almost takes down one. Rapid trades him out though. Dubstep is down for the count. Now it's a 4v3. EJ is low on HP though.
Yeah, on the ground, Dubstep is, but Borkum waiting it down. And there you have it. He just sees two targets and will just take him down with a 1-2 punch. Ching also there, Simple though with the trade, but by the box, it's Borkum buying in bulk and getting 3. And Nomad, look at this. Bren getting that round. And there's just been such a big debate in the scene. For Bren, it used to be Bind was their best map. It then became Split. But now, seeing what Borkum does here with the Phoenix, it might even be Haven now their map pick of choice, and that is why they picked up Haven right now, because Borkum on fire, 21 kills. He's an unsung hero for me, and he just really deserves all the praises on what he can do with flexing this one out.
Yeah, he's picking up the slack, and surprisingly Dispenser hasn't even gone online yet in this entire game, but you know, this might be just a warm-up game for them. Game number 2 is still coming up if they regardless, we're going to have game number 2 anyway. What am I saying?
It happens. We're going to go on Bind. The question is, are we going to get Bind twice? That's really it. And if we see the next map, I'd love to see Hashira try to play a more unique playstyle. That's what has worked for them for so very long. And they've had an up and down period. They've always been a strong contender in the scene, but recently they've been a bit on the receiving end of losses. Sure, they've won the championship lately as Borkum cashes out Jeremy, but you can see the difference right now. Bren is still on point, even if you can say that sometimes they're very tired fighting in the region. They're always there to just stomp on the opposition in the local scene. And we're seeing for Bren right now with a one-man advantage. It's going to be time right now for the run it back here for Borkum. He's moving on in. Simple, though, has to deal with him, but no, it's not enough. The matchup goes in favor for the Phoenix of Bren.
That's worth. That run it back was worth. And Borkum, well, that's the round. EJ on his own, unless he clutches this. Highly unlikely. Misses a Blade Storm there. He's going to be forced to run back, and Bren knows where he is.
30
Ting
seconds left.
will be going in the back lines with from the shadows, and EJ waiting on this corner, waiting on this close angle. He swings out, does not take into consideration. Dubstep was right behind him, goes for the spray down, and Dubstep takes him out. Match point for Bren. Game number potentially going to them, depending on if Hashira can go ham and catch them up. 8th round straight, man.
As you can see, the fear settling in. Bren, when they know there's only one target, they basically play with their prey. They do try to go for the pincer. They go for every single angle. There is no escape, and every team in the local scene knows that. Hashira all alone with that jet, getting taken down. It's now time to buy whatever they can. Himiko gonna be whipping at that Guardian. You don't see that gun too very often, but he has no choice. Jeremy with the Sheriff as well. We've seen Hashira play those roles pretty well so far, but for now, it's the Hunter Fury. There's gonna be a Blade Storm as well. Bren right now looking for a bit of the pick yet again, trying to do some damage, and it's Symbol getting tagged down. Same case here for Hashira. Tactically, they're already under. Jeremy gonna be 6 feet under indeed in the garden, and Dubstep with that first kill as a run back comes on through from Symbol, and he will have to back off, and Himiko even dying. Bren getting all the building blocks that they need. This round is just going in their favor. There is no stopping Bren.
And that is EJ on his own, 1v5 and a dream. He's down, and that's Bren getting down 1-0 this entire matchup. And it's going to be really close, man.